All right, this is our second grade math lesson, 7-4. We're going to be solving two-step problems. So sometimes we're going to be adding, sometimes we're going to be subtracting, sometimes we'll do two of the same thing. So let's take a look at what we're going to do here. 3 bees land on some flowers. So 3 bees land on how many flowers? Some flowers. 10 more bees join them. Then 4 bees fly away. How many bees are left? Okay, so let's figure out here. We have 3 bees plus 10 more bees join them. So let's get our total number of bees. 3 plus 10 we know is 13. So I'm going to bring that number right down here. 13 bees is what we have. Then 4 bees fly away. Fly away lets us know that we're going to be subtracting. 13 minus 4 equals 9. Okay, so up here we have 3 bees land on some flowers. 10 more bees join them. More lets us know we're going to be adding. Okay, so our equations at the bottom are 3 plus 10 equals 13. So 3 plus 10 equals 13. And 13 minus 4 equals 9. Okay, so equations are just our math sentences that we write out. All right, let's go ahead and flip this over to the back page here. All right, let's take a look at our comic. Bob picked 18 flowers and then 5 more. He gave 10 flowers to Buzz. How many flowers does Bob have now? So look for the hidden question that you need to answer first before you can solve the problem. I need to find how many flowers Bob picked in all before I can solve the problem. So we know that Bob picked 18 flowers and then 5 more is adding. So we know 18 plus 5 is 23. Then it says he gave 10 flowers to Buzz. Gave lets us know we're subtracting. How many are we subtracting? 10. So we take our total number from here and we bring that boop right down there. 23 minus 10 is 13. So Bob has 13 flowers. So let's take a look at our do you understand, show me. Tom bought 15 pencils and then 7 more. He gave, we know that's subtracting, 10 pencils to Nyla. If you want to find how many pencils Tom has left, why do you need to solve the first part of the problem before the second part? Well, the first part is dependent on the second part, okay? We need the answer from the first part. We need the answer from the first part to solve the second part. All right, let's take a look at guided practice. Solve any way you choose. Show your work. Remember how important that is. Write equations, those are math sentences, to solve both parts of the problem. So let's take a look at this first one. Carmen found 14 shells on Monday and 15 more, so we know we're adding, shells on Tuesday. So let's solve this part first. We're going to stop right there. 14 plus 15 equals 29. Now let's read the next part. She found 6 more lets us know we're adding, shells on Wednesday. So we know we need to take this number here, 29, and bring it down here. 29 plus 6 more shells. So 29 plus 6. Oops. Over here it has it where we can stack it and add it. Let's do it over here too. So 29 plus 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. So we put the 5 here and regroup that 1. 1, 5, 15. 1 plus 2 is 3. So we get a sum of a total 35 shells. All right, let's go ahead and go on to our independent practice page. Let me get it all ready for us. So here's our independent practice page that we're going to be working on. And we only have 2 questions and a higher order thinking, so it's not too crazy. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we're going to be doing the same thing. We're figuring out if you're adding, subtracting, and there's 2 parts to every question. Okay, number 2, there are 6 red birds and 17 brown birds in a tree. So let's figure out that total first. I'm just going to do that part. 6 plus 17 equals something. So I'm going to do 17 plus 6 equals. 7 plus 6 is 13. I have to regroup 3 in the ones place, 1 in the tens place. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we get a sum total of 23. So we know we're going to have to bring that down to here, 23. Okay, if 8 more birds, more lets us know we're adding, 8 more brown birds come, how many birds will there be in all? So we have 23 plus 8 equals what? So I'm going to do 23 plus 8. 3 plus 8, let's see, that's 11, so I have to regroup. And 1 plus 2 is 3, gives me a sum of 31 total birds. On this one, we added in both spots. Now let's take a look at what happens on our next one. Erica saw 16 frogs on a lily pad and 8 frogs in the mud. So let's figure out the total number of frogs. We have 16 plus 8 more frogs is what? So 16 plus 8. 6 plus 8 is 14. 4 in the ones place, 1 in the tens place. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have a total of 24 frogs. So we know we're going to have to bring this number down here. 24. Okay? If 7 of the frogs hop away, look at that, 7 away, we're subtracting. How many frogs will be left? 24 minus 7. So we'll go 24 minus 7. So 4 minus 7, that doesn't work, so I have to regroup. 14 and 1. 14 minus 7 is 7. 1 minus nothing is 1. So we have 17 frogs left over. All right, let's take a look at our higher order thinking. See, this is why it's so important to circle those numbers as we go through in the questions and get the right answers. Okay, higher order thinking. Kevin has 15 photos in his scrapbook. Then he adds 21 photos. Adds, that's easy. We know we're adding. So let's start with that first. 15 plus 21. So let's do that one over here. 15 plus 21. 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus 2 is 3. So we know he has 36. Then Kevin takes out some photos. How many did he take out? We don't know. But now he has 28 left. So we know we have 36 minus something equals a total of 28. So let's figure that one out. I'm just going to subtract it over here. 36 minus 28 photos that are left will tell us how many we're taking out. 6 minus 8. 6 minus 8 doesn't work. We have to regroup. That becomes 16. That becomes 8, 2. 16 minus 8 is 8. 2 minus 2 is nothing. So we have 8 of the photos is what he took out in the beginning. All right, let's go ahead and go to our back page here. All right, we just have a couple to do. Let's see. All right, there are 35 questions. Kareem answers 10 of the questions. So let's start with that first. So he has 35 total questions. He answers 10 of them. So we're going to subtract 10 to see how many he has left. 35 minus 10 is 25. Okay? So I'm going to bring that 25 down here. Then he answers 12 more questions. So he has 12 more that he's done. So 25 minus 12. So let's see that. 25 minus 12. 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. So there's 13. How many more questions does Kareem still need to answer? 13. He has 13 left. All right, circle the equations that have a sum. Remember, we add, we get a sum, and then we're going to circle the addition ones, underline the equations that have a difference. If it's subtract, we underline. So underline, circle, circle, underline. Pretty easy peasy. You guys are experts at this. Number 7 is our algebra. So let's take a look at this. 35 plus a square equals 100. What is that square? So I'm going to do 100 minus 35. I'm going to do 100 minus 35. So we haven't quite done this one yet. This will be a fun practice. So 0 minus 5 doesn't work, so we have to regroup that one. So that becomes, yeah, we definitely haven't done this yet. This is a 10, and technically that becomes a 9 because 10 minus one group is going to be 9. So 100 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 3 is 6, so we have a difference of 65. So that's what the square equals. Okay, 100 minus triangle equals 18. So we're going to do the same thing over here. 100 minus 18. 0 minus 8 doesn't work. So I'm going to take that, make a group of 10. 10 over here, that's going to become a 9. 10 minus 1 is 8. And 10 minus 8 is 2. So we know that the triangle equals 82. Okay, let's look at our higher order thinking. There are 25 friends at a party. Another 20 friends arrive. So we know we have to add that first. So we know we need 25 plus 20 equals what? Well, let's see. 5 plus 0 is 5, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So we have a sum of 45. Then some friends leave the party. Only 7 friends stay. This is going to be tricky. So we know we have 45 and only 7 friends stay. So I'm going to do minus 7 friends that stay. Lets us know how many that left. 45 minus 7. So 45 minus 7. 5 minus 7, that's not going to work. We have to regroup. 5 becomes a 15. That 4 becomes a 3. 15 minus 7 is 8. 3 minus nothing is 3. So we know 38 friends left the party. All right, let's take a look at our last one. There's only one answer to this assessment. Okay, Bill caught 22 fish and threw 6 back. So 22 fish, and he threw 6 of them back. Minus 6 equals what? Then he caught 8 more fish. All right, so 8 more, no, lets us know we're adding. So let's take a look at this one. We know that 22 minus 6 is 16. Okay, 22 minus 6 is 16. So we know it's not going to be A or D, right? 22 minus 6. We have B or C. Then it says he caught 8 more fish. More lets us know we're adding. So 16 plus 8. So we know that our answer needs to be C. All right, great job, everybody.